Rediscover Disney. This is a turnaround strategy that was formulated specifically for Disney to cater for the Hong Kong market. I'm sure that all of you have heard about Disney, know something about it, and maybe been to Disney for at least once. But why is Disney failing in terms of attracting repeated entry that has been the major driver for its failure, for its not meeting the admission goal? We think that Hong Kong people has been having a psychological barrier because there has been a lot of negative media reports saying that it's too small, saying that the queue is too long, saying a lot of bad things about Disney. So the major problems that we have identified for Disney today is mainly focusing on the local market, because here's where that's falling short of 40% of the actual expectation has a gap of 40% in terms of the admission entry number of people. But we've also noticed that Disney has a lot of competitive advantage that it has not been utilizing it well enough. Most importantly is its brand name, because Hong Kong people, most of them know about Disney, and therefore there's no point in just promoting the Disney brand. We also think that the government support is a very important thing for Disney because there's a 57% government stake in Disney. However, this support is also failing, and we have to address these problems.
In the following, I'm going to analyze to you the environmental factors faced by Disney Hong Kong that will affect its strategic direction. I will also identify the opportunity and the strengths of Disney Hong Kong so that we can really successfully invite people to rediscover Disney. After investigating the pastoral analysis, we can identify 3 key drivers for change faced by Disney Hong Kong. The first one, namely, is the political one. The relationship between the government and Disney Hong Kong has been becoming more negative than beforehand because of the negative support from the general public. And therefore, we can identify one area for improvement. That is, if we want to have a good relationship with the government and have their funding as support, we have to build a good public image or public relations management with the public first of all. And secondly, we can identify the economic factor. Financial tsunami undoubtedly presents some threats to Disneyland because people are less willing to spend on entertainment. However, for Disney Hong Kong to be more specific, because there is actually an opportunity instead of threat, because due to lower disposable income, people will travel abroad less, and then they will prefer more local entertainment, and then there will be growing demand for local theme park admission.
So how exactly are we going to attract people to come to rediscover Disneyland by promotion, place, and price? For promotion, we have 2 focuses. The one focus is on the local community, which will focus on improving the value and their satisfaction in visiting the Disneyland. And for the mainland community, we'll focus on improving the public awareness of the whole Chinese people towards Disney characters, and also increasing the commission of the agency, so to encourage them to bring the people here. And we'll also have some birthday free entry, which will attract teenage and also people to come because they have free entrance in Disneyland in their birthday, and they'll bring their friends to come as well. We think that a quickly improvement of the queue management and the overall management of the park will be a main source of attracting the people to come and rediscover Disneyland again.
First part, we have 40 million expansion of resort, of the spa resorts. That will be borne by 30% borne by Hong Kong Disneyland and 70% borne by the parent company, because we believe that since hotel is a very revenue generator, the parent company will be willing to invest in. The second part of initial investment would be the installation of kill system in Hong Kong Disneyland Park. How can the benefits justify the cost? Of course, we would have 2 goals, a short-term goal and a long-term goal. A short-term goal will be implemented in 2 years.
How do you see the price sensitivity, for the entrance fee?
Like for the price that is currently set,
Yeah.
we think we do not think there's any room for increasing the price definitely, because there are so many competition that we think people are really price sensitive in this sense. Because when you look at Disneyland, when you look at the industry that it's in, it's not only about Disneyland, it's about entertainment business in general. So if we increase a bit of price, then people will think Disney is just another profit generating theme park that just go somewhere else. And that's why we try to like have the current price set just to improve, but at the same time we'll improve the experience there to justify the value for money. And the multiple entry pass that we're talking about is because for annual pass it's not really that useful, because if you go 3 times a year to Disney, it's not that attractive. But people think maybe I'll go 3 times in 2 years. So that will be more attractive. So this is another way of reducing the price without really affecting the overall profitability of Disney. You know, Disney has spa, Disney has a lot of recreational activities, and also have fun for my kids, for so just walk around the park. It makes me feel happy. So even if you're first-time visitors, you want to go there and try this experience, because there's no other better way to go for a weekend. And even if you've been to Disneyland, you want to find a place that's more happy, that's more fantastic to go. And therefore that can induce both first-time and repeated entry.
And I'm sure Disney is no stranger to any of you. I'm sure you all know about the Disney brand, about what it evokes, how it creates fond memories of the past, the key element here being nostalgia, ladies and gentlemen, which is sorely lacking in today's crazy, hectic business working environment. And we believe that Disney needs to capitalize on this key brand element to revitalize itself and to remarket itself to the Hong Kong community, to Southeast Asian tourists, and to the mainland market. So let me first go on to a little industry analysis of the key competitors. So the key competitors we have are Ocean Park and Macau. In Ocean Park, their key strengths are that they offer edutainment, which is good for kids who their parents would be more willing to bring them to the theme park because it has educational value. It's also cheaper than Disney and has special events. On the other hand, its weaknesses are that it has no MTR, and a key weakness which Disney needs to exploit is that it has a weak brand outside of Hong Kong. And this is in direct contrast to Disney, which has a very strong brand inside of Hong Kong and globally, in fact. Everybody knows the Disney brand. Another key strength of Disney is its core infrastructure. It has an MTR, and more importantly, it has a hotel attached. It offers a getaway from the crazy, hectic Hong Kong lifestyle, which Ocean Park does not. However, on the weakness side, Disneyland has not been doing such a good job. In terms of its pretty bad PR for its environmental and human rights standards, it also is not viewed as good value for money because it's expensive and because people view it as too small, the rides are insufficient. And lastly, it's not an educational value.
We've developed a series of pricing strategies, but before we get into that, I want to talk to you about the rationales behind our decisions. First, like Vivian just mentioned, our goal is to get more people into the park, both new and returning customers. Because right now we know Disneyland Hong Kong is not doing so well. We have a lot less visitors than we expected. So what we want to do is that we want to increase our visitors, and also because most local people perceive that the price we charge right now is too high, we want to have a more competitive price. So, the third is that most visitors are not satisfied because, for their money they have spent because they believe the park is too small. They don't have enough rides or excitement. And the last one is that not many visitors have included Disney Park into their travel itinerary. So based on these rationales, we've developed the following strategies. First, we're going to develop a more competitive pricing. That is, one, to lower the overall price, except for that those really peak days that we have overcrowdedness. So we're going to introduce tier pricing. So we are going to charge premium price on special occasions like Chinese Festival, Chinese New Year, and those golden weeks. Apart from that, we'll also have a series of special promotions like group tickets. Any group like with 4+ people you can enjoy at greater discount.
Because Disneyland is a private-public partnership, and the major advantage of this format is to make full use of the government resources. Actually, Disneyland could think about how to exploit more government resources because they're free or cheaper. Collaborate with the government to offer a ferry trip or offer some shuttle bus services from Macau directly to Disneyland. Why we are targeting the Macau market? Because we think, because a lot of tourists go to Macau for gambling, and this is, like children are not allowed to go to the gambling places. So it is beneficial for the wives and for the moms to take kids to Disneyland for a day trip. And we can offer a short package, like a whole day package for those customers, and also we can